Today we're going to turn one of these into one of these. Let's get into it. This is a Telecaster, unbranded, off of Amazon that I bought because I didn't know if I wanted to spend the money on like a classic vibe or an actual Fender. And I thought, well, maybe I can build one. Buy the tools, get a good hunk of wood, maybe some cheap electronics, and see how it works out. What I can say definitively is the wood is good. It's a little thick if you're a beginner. It's maybe kind of a D shape, so you might not want that. The wood here is good. It's thick, it's heavy, just like like you'd think a Tele would be. The pickups are good. The electronics are good. The tuners are trash. Get rid of the tuners, don't even try. And also the saddles, not a fan of these. How they come out at this, like, there's a little bit of an angle. How they come out and they kind of lay on the side of these springs of the saddles. And I just don't really like the saddles in general. I would rather have the classic 3 saddles, but that's just me. I went with this color. It's called Seaside. Seaside? Yeah, Seaside. Rust-Oleum, Walmart, $5 or $6, maybe something like that. I did a little bit of some joint compound before I started. This is just like drywall, sheetrock, mud, and I filled in the grain on the wood. It was pretty smooth, but it wasn't that smooth. So I grain filled it, and then I painted it, and then I grain filled it some more because I could see some spots that didn't have it. And I painted probably 3 or 4 coats of the Seaside on there. I stained the neck. It's a roasted maple neck, so it was already kind of a darker maple, but I went ahead and I mixed this RIT dye. I mixed equal parts, this daffodil whatever and this chocolate brown, and I just put it on a little paper towel and just kind of rubbed it all over the fretboard and all over the back of the neck. And then eventually I put some clear gloss finish, wherever it's at. I don't think it's in here. Just some Rust-Oleum 2X clear gloss. I sprayed all over the neck, and then I went back and I cleaned the frets. Got the spray paint off of the actual frets, and then I polished the actual fretboard. So it's pretty smooth. Finished all that, and then I did my top coat, my clear coat, probably 3 to 4 coats. I'd say 4 coats of top, and then I got some, I did a wet sand on it. Got some wet sandpaper with like 1500 and then 2000 grit. Sanded it really good. But then I polished it with this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. And this really made that gloss that you see, that, you know, you kind of see my window there, outside there. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But the reason I did this is because I wanted a Tele, and I wanted to see if I could build one. And I think I am, after playing this thing, even with the kind of the cheaper hardware and these cheap strings that came with it. Usually they're not very good. It sounds cool. It sounds like a Tele. So I'm gonna get into some sounds for you. I'm gonna do a little loop here. Can't Stop was recorded on the Tele. So should you buy a do-it-yourself kit versus buying a guitar already made? Well, that's up to you. If you've got the time, if you've got the patience, and you don't really, if you're no time constraints are not an issue, and you want to save up and maybe put better hardware in it, definitely it's for you. If you're not afraid of a little elbow grease and hard work, and like I said, patience, many hours I've spent on this. So for me, the hours I've spent on this, like 20 something hours, I think. I did 10 one day, 8 another, 4 here, 4 there. Yeah, it's literally since like last Tuesday to Sunday I spent on it, here and there. And so personally, man, I could have worked an extra 2 hours a day, and I could have a $2,000 guitar that I want. So for me, it's not worth it, but it's still kind of like it almost is worth it because the wood is good. This is a good neck, man. Like what I'm afraid of is I'm gonna buy a $2,000 guitar, fret a Fender, and I'm not gonna like the wood or something. I don't know. That's the question. I don't know. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you get your Fruscian.